What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sistas. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sistas. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sistas fans. Now, this comes from the Sistas Facebook group. I saw a decent amount of posts asking the question about, I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of paraphrasing because a lot of the posts were on the same topic, just worded a little differently. But at the core, people were saying, I don't know, something just doesn't seem right to me. I mean, $25,000 in a brown paper bag, doesn't that seem a bit suspect? No checks or anything. It's like, oh, here's your cut and that's it. So you have to ask, is Chainbreakers legit? I feel like I did a video on this last year towards the end of season 1 or even at the beginning of season 2, where I believe Chris was in an episode. He was at the Chainbreakers meeting. I think that was the episode where Fatima hit Zach on his bike with her car. And then they went to the Chainbreakers meeting. But basically, you got to ask yourself, is there some funny business going on around here? So, guys, let's jump into it. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out when I post content. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And if you are someone who watches my content on the regular, I appreciate it. But go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm trying to increase my subscriber watch time percentage from about 32% to 40% by the end of the month. Also, some people have been informing me that for whatever reason they've been unsubscribed from the channel. There are a lot of big time YouTubers I watch on the regular, especially when they do reviews about the Falcon and Winter Soldier and the CW shows like The Flash. They've been saying their channels have been experiencing the same thing. So just know that is something that I have no control over. I do not do that. Basically, if you find yourself unsubscribed from the channel, please hit subscribe, and that's honestly all I can tell you. So, what do we know about Chainbreakers? Now, Chris was telling Zach about Chainbreakers towards the end of season 1. Basically, like Zach, he has a criminal record, but he went legit. He learned about construction and, refurbishing houses and flipping them. And that's actually a very good profit. I mean, honestly, I do the same thing with action figures, Pokemon cards and whatnot on eBay. But this is a more, using your hands kind of thing, rebuilding houses and whatnot. Then at the beginning of season 2, we learned that you pretty much, Chris was true to his word that you make what you put into it. Like what you put into Chainbreakers is what you get back. You put in the hours, you get a cut when the properties are built. And come to find out, while Zach is balancing his job at the airport, then pulling long hours after the fact, on the houses, his cut from the recent buyout of the properties that he was working on is $25,000. Now, honestly, I didn't think too much about it when Fatima came in and handed over the money, but that's how it is. I mean, could I just be looking into this a bit too much? Of course, it's what I do on this channel. Seriously, it's all about theories and discussion. But you have to question $25,000 in a bag. I mean, there have been times in season 1, like, or was it at the beginning of season 2, after, the FBI took everything Andy had? Didn't Gary work with his lawyers or accountant to mail her a box with like, what was it, like $100,000? I know, I can't remember the exact amount. I think that Andy said she had spent $2,000 to $5,000. That's when she gave him the money back during the mid-season finale of season 2. Look, I forgot the amount. I know that Fatima was tripping when she saw that box. But in any case, Chainbreakers is legit, apparently, and it's pretty much a way for ex-cons, ex-felons to make a living, because with their criminal record they really aren't able to get a legit foot in the door when it comes to working at other companies. So there are just a few red flags. It's like, okay, Chainbreakers, I mean, are they utilizing the labor of people with records because they know they can't get work anywhere else? I mean, the people that buy up these properties, do they use them as fronts for drug dealing? There are just so many things that just don't add up. I want to believe it's legit. I mean, Miss Lisa is dating Chris, who is the head of Chainbreakers. It's kind of like in the Oval, where it's like Kareem and Sharon, is there some funny business going on at the pharmacy? I mean, Kareem's family passed down the pharmacy to him, but could he be using the legit pharmacy as a front for, illegal drug selling and whatnot, distribution? So it's a possibility. I would hate for it to happen, mainly because of Zach. Some people have been speculating, well, dang, I mean, I think they mentioned that Fatima has messed around with a few of the guys in Chainbreakers. So does she kind of seduce men to, stay there, work really hard, make a lot of money for the rest of the people in the group? There are just so many questions. But like I said before, she said it's legit. I mean, kind of like when Hayden put those drugs in Zach's truck, she kind of broke it down. It's like, Zach, if those drugs belong to me, when you got arrested, they would have came to me too, because it's the Chainbreaker truck. So there are a lot of questions that really don't add. Well, there are a lot of things that don't add up. Again, Tyler Perry land, things don't happen exactly how they would in the real world. So Fatima just casually handing him $25,000 because, like she said, you should invest it. So, I mean, obviously, you sign in when you go to work, you sign out when you've done your hours, and then that's it. So maybe it's not exactly a insurance policy with Chainbreakers, or you get checks, you pretty much get paid in cash. But is that to avoid a paper trail? I don't know. But even I feel like I'm convincing myself mentally that, Jeremy, maybe you are looking into it a bit too much, but I don't know. Let me just check an Instagram post I made about it a couple of days ago just to see whether or not I had any other opinions on this. So just 1 second. Yeah, there are like 20 comments on the post I made. I had a screenshot, the same one that should be on the screen now, where Fatima's handing over the bag to Zach. And yeah, there are about 20 comments on here. And I'm just kind of skimming through them at the moment. And remember, like and subscribe to the video. I've been saying that Fatima is too good to be true. Something up with that girl. I was wondering too if it's legit. Why the brown paper bag? Fatima is a good girl. She ain't up to nothing slick. After she pulled a gun on Jasmine, I'm starting to think something's off of her and the way she talks to Hayden. Maybe the houses are a cover up for something bigger because something ain't right. Ooh, I mean, when she did pull out the gun on Jasmine and then Jasmine ran away, Fatima did tell Andy, girl, I haven't had a good kill in a while. And I'm like, whoa, has she shot somebody before? Or is it a situation where she was just playing up a pseudo Medea role? Pretty much whenever a black woman in these Tyler Perry productions pulls out a gun, they overact, they overcompensate, and they just say stuff to say it. So I don't know. It was the investors that paid cash. Yes, that's true, but yes, my thoughts exactly. Something's wrong. Yeah, it was strange, and she told him not to keep it. She said to invest it. I'm guessing the program gets a big check and then pay him out in cash. It was the investors that paid in cash. And then she said, give it back to them to reinvest. She knew that, and she knew where the drugs came from when he told her they found drugs in his work truck. Well, remember, that's because I believe Fatima said she was looking at the security footage, and it was like one of the neighbors was somebody who's kind of like in Hayden's pocket who has access to drugs. So that's why. Somebody's like, is he being paid under the table? I was looking for a check. Maybe it will keep him from paying tax. So, I don't know. So there are a lot of questions to ask about Fatima. Is she who she says she is? I mean, but that's a Tyler Perry character in a nutshell. A character who's too good to be true usually is. So let me know your thoughts on Chainbreakers. Is it legit? Is it a operation that's a cover up for something else? Definitely something to think about as we move into season 3. So thanks so much for tuning into the video. Like I said, and this will be the 3rd time, like and subscribe and join the Sistas group. We're about to hit 130,000 members, which is amazing. And if you would like to donate to the channel, I mean, $25,000 would be nice. So everybody viewing the channel, if you can send $1, hit me up on PayPal or Cash App. No, for real, that would be nice. But thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next time.